Donnie Tyndall, the head men's basketball coach, with a couple of special guests. His two daughters joining us after a big win today over Tennessee Tech, 56-50 in Ohio Valley Conference play, and we'll open it up for questions.
Hey, Donnie, just talk about there late in the game. You hit four 3-pointers. It's a big stretch there. Just talk a little bit about that stretch.
Well, we always say, you've played the game, so you understand when you make shots, it gives your defense a little more energy. And we went through about a 5 or 6 minute spell where we couldn't score the ball, and we missed some close shots around the rim. And then I think Marcel may have got us started off with his corner three. Then Ty followed it up. I think Drew Kelly maybe was in between there or just after. And all of a sudden now your defense is a little better. And we come up with some steals and get some stops at the other end. And it just kind of avalanched. But, those are the runs that the way we play with our press and driving and drawing and kicking out for threes and things that we do. You hope to make a couple of those runs during the game at some point in time, and especially on your home floor when you get the crowd involved behind you like we did. And you got to credit our guys that made the shots is one thing, but a lot of times it was coming off dribble penetration. So the guy that was tough enough to drive the ball and make the play for the assist deserves a lot of credit as well, because Tennessee Tech's a talented team. They're long and athletic, and when you drive the ball, they slap down and come up with a lot of steals. So you got to have some guts and courage to drive the ball in there against them.
The first half there, you gambled a little bit, put Drew Kelly back in the game with 2 fouls.
Yeah.
Just kind of talk about your decision there.
I've always been, that's just my philosophy as the coach. I always play guys when they get 2. Very seldom, in my experience, does the guy foul out if he gets his 3rd in the first half. So especially a guy as important to our team as Drew, we risk it, and if he picks up his 3rd, I have to live with that. And obviously when he picks up the 3rd, it can be questioned, but that's just our philosophy. We let guys play till they get their 3rd, and then work it out in the second half.
Donnie, talk a little bit about the perimeter defense. Kevin Murphy, who had 34 points the other night, 1 of 9 from beyond the arc, and Tennessee Tech limited to 18% overall from long distance.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we watched the tape the other night against Eastern Kentucky, and Kevin Murphy looked like Courtney Lee from Western a few years ago. I mean, He looked like a guy that could be a late first round, mid-second round type pick. He was unbelievable in that game, and he made some great shots and some tough shots tonight. What did he end up? 8 for 21, but I'm telling you, probably 7 of those 8 were right over top of guys that, were tough challenge shots. He got the 1 dunk on the baseline. Other than that, I think we made him work for every basket, and that's all you can do against a player as good as he is. I mean, he's obviously a Player of the Year candidate in our league. He's going to be a 2,000-point scorer, or very close to it, when his career's done. So you just have to try to make him earn everything he gets, and that's why the one time when he did drive the ball to the baseline and dunked it, I called a timeout and went right at our team, because a guy like that, you can't give him easy ones. He's going to make enough tough ones as it is. So he's a great player. Unfortunately, tonight we did a pretty good job on him.
Ty Profit had 18 points on 6 shots the other night at Norfolk State. Tonight he has a game-high 20 points on just 10 field goal attempts. Talk about his rhythm and his confidence shooting the ball and kind of stepping up in the absence of a guy like Terrence Hill.
Well, Ty's a very efficient player. He doesn't need a lot of shots because he does get to the foul line some. He's a good 3-point shooter, and he'd struggled up until a couple games ago shooting the ball a little bit. But Ty's a very good shooter, one of the best 3-point shooters, in my opinion, in the conference, and he knows he's not coming out of the game if he misses a shot or turns it over. He basically plays as many minutes as he wants to. When he's tired, he tells me, I take him out. When he wants to go back in, I put him back in, and he's earned that right. But the things I always say about Ty, even when he doesn't make shots, he's such a great leader. He's getting us in our offense. We run a lot of set plays, and he plays 4 different positions on our team. He plays the point guard to the power forward. So what my point is, he's got to remember every set play for 4 different positions. We got guys that can't remember our one side out of bounds play, and they only play one spot. So he does a lot of different things, and he's a great leader, and certainly was good tonight.
Team's playing with a lot of confidence now. If you could just talk a little bit about you've overcame so much this season, just how the team's progressed this far.
Well, we lost so much as it was coming into this season, so we felt like, we would be a team that, would have to fight and claw for everything we had, and our one guy that could kind of make plays off the dribble and create was Terrence Hill. Double-figure scorer, all-conference candidate type of guy. And when he tears his knee up in late December, you know, I'm sitting there not sleeping for about a week wondering, can we ever win another game? I mean, I was serious. I knew we'd play hard and compete, but you lose your best player and only guy that averages double figures. But guys have done it by committee. You know, Devon Atkinson at times has stepped up. Marcel Holden has. Dre Matthew had to be at a funeral today, but he's been good at times. Drew Kelly, I know he's a different position, but he's been more assertive and more aggressive. So it's a tribute to our kids. And I said early in the season, I thought this would be our deepest team. I didn't say our best team or our most talented team, but I thought we'd have 9 or 10 guys that could play and contribute, and that's kind of proven to be the case.
Donnie, your team moves on to kind of a true OVC weekend on the road coming up, 4 days. Thursday it'll be at SIU Edwardsville and Saturday at Eastern Illinois. If you could just talk about OVC play and trying to get some wins on the road.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be challenging. I have a great deal of respect for both coaches. Lennox Forster does a tremendous job. And Mike Miller obviously does a great job. Every time we go up there, it seems like we've had a curse of some kind, but it's because those guys can both coach, and we know both are going to be tough environments. They'll be grinded out games a lot like tonight that come down the last 2 or 3 minutes, and hopefully we can be as resilient and as tough on the road as we were at home, but 2 challenging games.
Alrighty, that's head coach Donnie Tyndall. Congrats on the win tonight, 56-50 over Tennessee Tech. Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you.